somebody who is packing their bags, heading out on a trip. This could be something where you're visiting family or hanging out with your friends from college. Or maybe you're going to check out a new place that you've decided to move because you've got a job offer. But I see there being a lot of lucky energy surrounding you on this trip. And that could mean you're about to make a really important and positive change, heading in the right direction, really about to enjoy what you do for work, financial security. But also for some of you, I feel like this trip or this maybe even it's moving elsewhere is what enables you to meet like the love of your life. So there's a lot of positive elements here that seem to be falling into place because you are taking a trip. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. And I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Hello, Stephen. Hello, April. How we doing? If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box, along with more information on how to become a member and also how to find my Etsy page in case you're interested in a candle. All right, let's see what else we've got. We're going to use the Tattoo Tarot. What else? Empress in the reverse, the Lovers, and the Four of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, this is like an exploratory trip, or like the Four of Cups is in the reverse because of curiosity. I'm going to do some recon, figure out where I want to live, or I'm going to go visit my friend. Didn't expect to, but I fell in love with the place and I decided to move there. It's like I've got a need to go. Maybe I need to get out of the current environment. Maybe I need a change of pace. Maybe I need to find some new friends. But we have someone here who has made a decision. This isn't where I want to be, or I need something to kind of, liven up my year. So I'm going to take this trip. I'm going to go here. I'm going to check it out. Seven of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the Two of Wands in the reverse, with the Seven of Wands in the reverse. Because I feel like I have gotten as far as I can in this current situation. Maybe there's nothing left for me to learn at this current job. Maybe I feel like I've gone through all of the people in the dating pool. Maybe this is just a matter of I can afford to live in the big city, so I want to go there. But we have someone who has tired of their current surroundings and they're ready to make some changes. Devil in the reverse, Three of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, and the Page of Pentacles. This is a new beginning starting for you. Maybe you're meeting up with friends, like I said. Maybe you are actually going to interview for a new job. But I see like multiple positive things moving in the right direction for you. A better social situation, a better financial situation, a better romantic opportunity. And it's all because you're willing to build something new. You're willing to move yet again. You're willing to believe in something different working out. Hello again, Rachel. Oh, I'm excited for you, April. Hello, Carrie. How are you doing? Hello, Ernest. I wonder if you are who I think you are. You say it's me. It's a me, Mario. Page of Cups. Page of Wands. Knight of Cups. It's daydreaming time. I know that I don't want to stay here. I know that there's an opportunity over there, or I know that I need a vacation, so I'm going to go and, see some people that I miss. But it leads to daydreaming. It's like, oh, that like empty space here where a cup would be. Maybe I could do this. Maybe I could change that. Maybe I could move here. Maybe I could stop working overtime all the time. We have someone here daydreaming about a different thing, and it's because I'm taking this trip. It's because I'm doing this thing that's out of the ordinary. Hello, successful trillionaire. How you doing? Hello, Dino. What's up? Oh, that's awesome, April. I'm glad to hear it, Carrie. Hello, Mike. How's your day? Happy Friday. We have the King of Swords, Empress in the reverse, Queen of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. There's concern or a little bit of hesitation here. You know, do I need to like save this money? Do I need to, you know, do something a little bit more productive with this? But this is important. Maybe you're worried, you know, I'm doing all of this and I won't get the job, or I'm taking time off of work to check out this place to live and I don't even know if I can like afford it. There's something here where you feel like you're kind of stretching things a little bit, or, you know, maybe this might not work. This is something that is positive for you. So at least something is going to work for you. Some connection is going to work for you. Some of you might go and interview in a different city and you don't get a job with that particular team, but another department at that employer hires you. Or while you're traveling there, you sit next to someone on the plane and then you get an interview with that person and that's who ends up hiring you. There's definitely a shift here. And it seems a little bit like, ooh, I don't know how I made that work, but I did. Nine of Swords in the reverse. It solves a problem for you. It helps you on your journey because, again, it feels like you've reached like the end of the road. Like, I don't know what else I can learn here. I don't know what else I can achieve here. I need something else to sink my teeth into. I need more friends. I need more opportunity. You may be going to this place with the intention of moving there. You may be going to this place just as like a little vacation, and then you fall in love with it and you're like, now I've got to find a way to live there. That's where I'm supposed to be. 10 of Pentacles in the reverse and Justice in the reverse. This is why something in your past didn't work out. You might still harbor a little bit of resentment or frustration over a path that ended abruptly, or you know, opportunity in work that you thought was going to be more profitable or more long-term. There's something here that didn't work. And I completely understand that you were disappointed or frustrated. Maybe even it could have impacted how you view yourself. But this new opportunity would not have been able to happen for you if that other one had gone through. So it's like you're going to gain an understanding on why something happened the way that it did so that you could fall into this opportunity, right? Page of Cups in the reverse, 7 of Pentacles. Because there was a limitation with that other opportunity that does not apply to this new opportunity. It's better. All right, so we've got the King of Pentacles and the Devil. All right, so part of the issue here is you are nervous about the financial element of it. You may also have some concerns over how someone else in your life dictates what works and what doesn't. I feel like this would be a family member. It could also be an ex, especially if you have a child with this person. But it's kind of like, I'm a little bit nervous. I think I can make this work, but I got to get my boss's approval, or I got to make sure that like my landlord won't charge me a whole bunch, right? Got to make sure I can actually sell the house, right? That kind of thing. I hope the interview goes well for you, successful. Hello, Shashi, what's up? Hello, Martua, what's up? You can attach a question to a super chat. Thank you, Rachel. And I think that's personal information, so I'm gonna delete it, Sashi. I actually don't need like birth date or like sign, things like that to read. I think really I just need the question and a name to refer to you by. So this is the Marseille Cat Tarot. Queen of Cups, Six of Swords in the reverse, Five of Cups, and the Ace of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this trip resets things for you after a disappointment. Because I keep getting a reference to a failure with the Ace of Wands in the reverse. And like the Five of Cups would be looking backwards, having some regret, or wishing that something had gone differently. But hey, maybe that relationship wasn't supposed to work out because your soulmate is 2 towns over. Maybe that job wasn't supposed to see your value. Maybe you weren't supposed to get that promotion because you make a lot better money and have creative control 1 state over. There's something about being upgraded in kind of a sneaky way where initially you look at it as I got rejected or I got fired or I didn't get what I wanted or, you know, someone broke up with me. I got to move. It's not fun. But this shift or this change in your life is moving you exactly where you want to be. So pretend you're in a lazy river. Sit back, relax in your inner tube. Maybe you got a beverage with you too. Cheers. You'll arrive. Thank you, Carrie. Hello, how's it going, Renee? Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Page of Cups in the reverse. And the Page of Swords in the reverse. You might have thought an offer from your past, this thing that failed or did not work out, you might have thought it was better than it actually was. You're going to realize that what you lost was not that great of a loss. And it could be because you compare it to this new thing, or it could be because you get additional information on what that opportunity actually looked like. What is the guidance for me? Thank you for the tip, Martua. In case you are new here, we do the personal questions at about 30 or 35 minutes in, and we're at 13 minutes in. So I've written down your question or your request, and you are at the top of the list. So in approximately 20 minutes, I will be starting that personal question part of the reading. Well, that's good, successful, right? Moving in the right direction. What else do we have? 2 of Pentacles. Death in the reverse. This change might seem like an ending, or this rejection might have seemed like your dream won't come true. But it's really just to get you to see that maybe it's time to move to a different spot. That maybe it's time for some new surroundings and maybe even like a new social circle, right? Queen of Wands, manifestation. You're drawing in this opportunity. 3 of Swords, Ace of Cups, and the Queen of Swords. You have some expertise that lends itself very nicely to an opportunity elsewhere. It's exactly what somebody else is looking for. So that heartbreak energy that you've been experiencing, or that disappointment, you've been able to leverage that and draw in what you do want. You might not even realize that you've been doing it, but you are drawing in an opportunity for yourself to improve your finances, and you're also drawing in new connections, new social situations, new people, new love. Let's see. What do we want? We'll go with the truth is. Hello, Nathan. How are you doing? Hello, Tessa. How are you doing? All right, what else do we have? Power couple. Building an empire is within reach for you, but it might require you moving elsewhere. Children are involved or soon will be. This could be about family connections. Maybe you're moving somewhere closer to family, but this could also be about a new business. Some of you may end up deciding to launch your own business. We've got something that didn't work out in your past, a dying love. You may still kind of have some hope that you can turn that around, but I feel like you're about to meet somebody else that helps you to understand why things went the way that they did. And you're going to feel like you overcame whatever that block was from that relationship or that like pattern of behavior that kept you from being successful or in a happy, healthy relationship. That's okay, Nathan. No one's judging you. Hello, Blue Jay. What's up? Hey, James. How are you today? Happy Friday. Hello, Rick. How are you doing? Yeah, it might work out for you successful. It's all in your username. We have the Lovers in the reverse. 8 of Cups. Page of Pentacles. Everything in this reading, if this is your reading, it's saying walk away from the old. Let go of the old. Let yourself be a little bit curious. Apply for some new jobs. Do some travel. And this trip that you take to investigate a new living situation or perhaps interview for a new job, it's going to change everything. It makes you feel like you can get somewhere that you want or that you can achieve something that seemed rather difficult. We have the World in the reverse, because where you are currently doesn't offer you what you need. 6 of Wands in the reverse. So don't feel like a failure just because you can't find what you need right now. The thing that has failed is where you are, not you. You can be successful, but elsewhere. Five of Cups and the Ten of Swords. Some of you have refused to look outside of your current city or neighborhood because you know that there's someone who would consider that a betrayal. How dare you move away from me? How dare you move away from our kids? How dare you move away when you know that I need your help with my kids? There could be someone here who's a little bit entitled in terms of help or assistance that you offer to family or friends. We've got the 6 of Cups in the reverse, 10 of Cups in the reverse, and the Queen of Cups. But I feel like there is someone who feels entitled to your help or your work that doesn't really have justification for that. Or I feel like there's someone who should be more understanding than they actually are about what makes sense for you. If this is what your career needs, if this is what you need in order to be happy, then it feels to me like this is someone who doesn't really have the right to tell you not to move, the right to tell you not to take, maybe it's just even trying to tell you not to take a trip. You need a little bit of space. You need something new. Judgment. 3 of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. So you've encountered a little bit of a hiccup to your plans, or things have seemed delayed, or maybe even like they kind of sputtered out, but it's just an obstacle meant to highlight for you That if you go somewhere else, you might find what you're looking for. That if you go somewhere else, the challenges you encounter might get you the abundance that you seek, or help you find that partner that you're looking for. Hello, Scruffy. I would imagine that's a pretty rewarding career. What else do we have? This is Voyage of the Soul. Seems appropriate. Emotions, water, cry, purge, balancing, and releasing. Time to release the old and embrace the new opportunities. Check out some new places, learn some new things, and fully embrace the purpose that makes you feel alive, whatever it is that you do to help the world be a better place. We have lessons, dark night of the soul, loss, distress, experience. You went through something that changed you. And as such, it might also change what you want, or it might help elucidate for you what you need to change in order to get what you want. So we have this person, if this reading is for you, you are looking for where you need to settle or what would make you feel like you're in the right place. There's a change happening, and for many of you, you might be looking into doing different things for your health. Maybe you're signing up for a gym. Maybe you're changing your diet. Maybe you're giving up liquor. But there is a pull, a magnetic pull elsewhere, and it's trying to get you on the right path and away from that kind of like dead end energy where there's not much opportunity for growth or not much opportunity for financial security or even that romance of a lifetime. Good. This is the situations deck. What else do we have? Part of the reason you need to leave where you currently are is there is some negative, like, drama queen energy from someone that you got busy with. Maybe you were in an actual relationship. Maybe this is an ex of yours. But this could also be somebody that you rejected or somebody that you thought things were going to go well with, but they just kind of like went south real quick. Going to a different place enables you to not have to deal with this drama queen anymore. Irreconcilable differences. You might have been married to this person. But this divorce card can also talk about how you feel regarding a friendship, a connection to your family, or even a job. Like, I just don't know how to fix this because you want that and I want this. So maybe we just need to agree to disagree. Searching online, looking for info and records. And rescue, others involved, intervention. You're able to start a different chapter, a better chapter, a happier chapter of your life when you move away from some of that negative, toxic energy you've been dealing with. I appreciate that, successful trillionaire. That's how it should be. James, does that always happen on Fridays? Hello, Curry Muncher. Hello, Christopher. Am I winning you over, Curry Muncher? Are we friends yet? We got receipts, proof. Show me. You're going to see when you go to a place in person how different you feel in a different neighborhood, a different part of the state, a different part of the country. And it's going to help you to realize, hey, you know what? Maybe I really have been sticking around longer than I should have at a job that doesn't pay me enough, or in a living situation that is aggressive in terms of how much it charges. and I haven't done anything, but maybe it's time for me to take action and carve out a new existence for myself in a different part of the world or in a different part of the state. And I might actually be happier as a result of that. This is the Gilded Reverie. Hey, John, I don't drink coffee. I just like to smell it in my candles. Ooh, Boca. That sounds good. Sounds good, Curry Muncher. Wishing well. This is what you want, and it's within reach. Kind of. You might have to get on a plane. You might have to drive to that wishing well. But it's like something you could have. Huh? You might have to move. But you take a risk. You have some curiosity. You check out a new thing. You look into some new possibilities. You crunch some numbers. You have some conversations. All of a sudden now we have somebody who's feeling like maybe what seemed a little bit impossible or difficult to pull off is actually much more doable than I initially thought. Yep. So we have someone who's thinking about where they want to live and the changes that they could make. We do have the man without a shirt, though. So this is a warning. This is saying don't be too hasty. You got to make sure you're doing your research and looking up what works for you. But also be cautious of someone who may have motivations that are carnal. I think that's the right word for it. Be cautious. Some of you might be dealing with a person that you think is a romantic interest or a good, like, maybe we'll date, but really they just looking for some hookup, okay? Just be honest with yourself about what they're looking for. Did I miss Key Controller? Hello, Key Controller. Hello, Gregory. I think that's up to you, Gregory. I think that Jane Fonda has kind of popularized that notion, you know, like I got to a certain point, I'm happy on my own. I don't think I need that. So maybe this is more so about finding that right place to retire or spend, you know, your weekends where you're feeling more fulfilled. Maybe it's about the energy around you and less about an actual like romantic relationship. You're welcome. Hello, JLo. Thank you for the tip. What will I expect tomorrow? Awesome. I've added that, and we'll pull just a couple more for the general, and then we'll head over to the personal questions. We got some money stuff, so I'm gonna go for the, hold on. This is one of those oracle decks where I struggle to remember the name of it. I think it's like Angels of Abundance, maybe? Hello, Dwayne. How are you doing? Hello, Dana. How's your day? All right, so what else does the collective need to know? Conscious consumer. You have the power to heal and help the world with your decision to buy only products and services that are ethical and environmentally friendly. Such as my candles, you guys. As a conscious consumer, you choose to invest in fair trade and organic goods. You live simply and you purchase only that which you need. So this is saying you've got the ability to trim your expenses a little bit. Maybe there are things that you buy that you don't really need, or maybe there are alternatives to the things that you tend to get every time that would be a better choice for the environment or would be better for your health. And then we have employment change. Your career path is leading you to a higher direction with positive changes to support your dreams, priorities, passions, and life purpose. Trust that these changes will help you release the old and welcome the new. You are being supported in each step of the way. I love that image there. All right, one more. That's an interesting observation, Charlie. I don't know. I think just in general on the internet, but not in the live chat. So the last one we got for the general reading is gratitude list. Counting your blessings and feeling gratitude for what you already have helps you to be centered in your heart instead of fixated on worries in your mind. What and who are you grateful for right now? Keep focusing upon gratitude and you'll discover the amazing generosity of this universe. So you do have some abundance coming your way. It does require a little bit of investment on your side or a little bit of pursuit, but I think you're going to get that. All right, let's dive into personal questions. We've got Martua up first. What do we have for guidance for Martua, please? What guidance does Martua need, please? What is the guidance for Martua? We have the King of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, the Emperor, and the Queen of Pentacles. There's an opportunity approaching you after, it's like you're recovering from some sort of minor setback. Maybe it was an expense to repair or like, you know, improve things in your vehicle or in your house. But there's a little bit of a setback, and I do feel like it impacts your finances. But after this little setback, there is a chance for you to like make up for that and then some, or gain ground financially. There's going to be a letter or some sort of news that comes through. And I feel like initially you look at it and you're like, nah, that's not going to work, or that's not the right fit. But when you read through that email or when you read through that letter again, think through the options or the details, then it seems to change, or you gain like a new appreciation for this, and it starts to make more sense to you. Maybe it's like renting out a room in your house. Maybe it's getting a second job or starting your own business. There's something here where it's a deal or an idea that initially you're like, there's no way that that could work, but it ends up being exactly what works for your situation. So be a little bit open-minded. I do see things improving for you as far as your finances, but it requires that you evaluate all the options in a logical way, or in an unbiased and maybe even in a confident way, because you might be thinking you can't do something when you really are fully capable of it. All right. Good luck, Martua. I believe in you. And we're going to see what we've got for J-Lo. Hello, Ricardo. How are you doing? That's true. All right, so what does J-Lo need to expect for tomorrow? We got the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, the Ace of Swords, the Queen of Swords in the reverse, the Chariot, the Knight of Swords in the reverse, and Strength. So someone dropped the ball, or someone did something that was less than awesome. Maybe it was a little bit out of character. It's a little bit disappointing. It's like, I didn't think you would let things sit that long, or I didn't think you would procrastinate on that. We've got a sense of disappointment, and maybe it also could be about somebody who lied about something and now they're coming to like tell you the truth or confess what really happened. But I feel like there's an initial disappointment. You know, I taught you better than that, or, you know, you've known the rules, or we've talked about the boundaries, whether this is a relationship or a child or a coworker or what. But it's like, okay, so you did that thing, you lied to me, and I'm upset. You know, that's disappointing. But the upside seems to be this is a person who is acknowledging and owning that mistake. I know I should have done something differently, Or I know that, like, if I could go back to that moment, that I would not do that thing, or I would choose something different. So disappointment in how somebody chose to handle a situation or the choice they made, but they actually learn from the situation. So that's like super valuable, and I think helps you to deal with that situation in a way where it's like, okay, I guess we can just move forward then. Or I'm glad that someone is learning a lesson. That works out. Hello, Supernatural. I hope you're having a good day. Hello, Good Shepherd. All right, I'm going to leave it there, everyone. I love you all. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. And I will see you on the next reading. Toodles.